Hello, I am Ilona. This video is connected to my other video on another channel, to stars number 7 and everything what I found about that. So if you want, you can watch also that video. There I am talking about the word specifically, from more like this linguistic point of view. Here I want to talk more about connected to people specifically, and some kind of like maybe from more historical point of view, since when people most likely probably noticed, paid attention to the sky, to the stars, counted them, and how they named maybe something what they saw in the sky, to what they compared what they saw in the sky, and how it was important maybe, and how they used it. I think counting in general, at least first up to 10, like you could see that you have 10 fingers, you could count. This was something we cannot check for sure, but most likely Neanderthals did know how to count. For example, yes, in Crimea, this raven bone, which dates around 40,000 years ago, and there are these 7 notches evenly spaced, which were deliberately made. Yes, and these were not just like accidental, someone made these marks. And it was found in the Neanderthal layer, so most likely this was made by the Neanderthals. Okay, then next 70,000 years ago, these caves with all these animals inside, all these paintings. What is interesting, if we look Taurus, we can connect it with Pleiades, and we don't know when exactly all these constellations. The hunter-gatherers didn't had writing system as far as I know, and they didn't record these kind of things specifically, not in writing at least. So the recordings they left were these, for example, paintings. Written record goes back to Babylon, but it most likely was before that. This is what was found. We don't know what wasn't found. And this is also why it is interesting also for me personally, because I do have this haplogroup, which is considered oldest European mitochondrial lineage. So through my maternal line, I am hunter-gatherer. Okay, now let's look just a bit deeper on what are the names in different languages. Or meanings, actually. We have this cart, wagon, something related, and then we have something related to animals. Another, maybe fun fact, that it is possible that the name for Moscow comes from this language and means something related to bear. There is also something else about the Big Dipper that I think maybe is underappreciated. It rotates. Of course, it will not rotate like in front of your eyes, but you will notice that it changes. When you, for example, if you spend some time outside at night looking at the star, you will notice that they change their position. These dippers, they kind of like rotate around this polar star. Of course, the concept of a circle did not begin with the invention of the wheel. Sun, moon, a lot of migratory cycles. This is basically where the swastika comes from, the rotating wheel symbol. Or maybe not necessarily wheel at first. Now about this thing, which was found. So it is a Bronze Age site in Germany. They found this bronze disc, and it dates around 1600 BCE. It shows sun and full moon, crescent moon, and also this cluster of 7 dots. The Pleiades, which in Latvian, and not just in Latvian, is connected to sieve. This disc is important archaeological find. But I want to be clear about what it is and what it is not. It is not the beginning of sky observation. It is not the moment humans first noticed the Pleiades or counted seven stars. This nebula disk is just a late confirmation, a moment when someone in Bronze Age Europe thought the sky was important enough to cast it in bronze, and that idea already existed a long time before that. And it survived because it was made of bronze. So it's not because of what we found and what we have and what we know. It is what we don't know, what we didn't found yet, or maybe we'll never find. Before metal people recorded things maybe on wood, hide. So this started, how it started, this video idea, it is all happening very slowly. While I'm looking for something one, I find 10 other things, and I didn't even plan it to make this video about stars and seven and deepers and everything, but somehow while I was working on something else, I don't even remember what, I realized that this is something interesting. Also, I want to say that a lot of these things is more like my personal opinion based on what I know. Because yes, we don't know anything for certain, and this is just how I feel and what kind of conclusions I made. Guys, you can write comments and tell your opinions about everything I am talking in my videos. Thanks for watching and goodbye.